Tampa and its surrounding cities have been growing and glowing up over the past decade. Today, I'm sharing some details on some of the most exciting projects on the horizon. Hey everybody, Melanie Atkinson here, Realtor with Smith & Associates in beautiful Tampa, Florida. I have lived in Tampa for 25 years, and for a good portion of that time, Tampa felt like an uncut, unpolished diamond. It was pretty, but also kind of ugly. You could see the potential, but someone needed to come around, take their time, and really work to make the city shine. About a decade ago is when you could see the start of this transition, and in the last 5 years, it has ramped up to a feverish pace. And if the projects on the horizon are any indication, that pace doesn't seem to be slowing down. Today, I'm going to talk about the top 5 projects that I think will have the most significance for the Tampa Bay area. Please keep in mind that some of these projects are still in the planning stages, so the details may change as development happens. Also, I do very much acknowledge that all of this development has significantly changed Tampa and the surrounding cities. The cost of living is much more expensive than it was 10 years ago. There are definitely growing pains. And although I don't want to minimize the importance of these issues, the purpose of this episode is to keep everyone informed on the developments, not to dig into whether the developments should be done. I will leave that to the government officials. Project number 1, Pasco County, a medical mecca. I am putting this one as my number 1 because of the sheer scale and potential to transform an entire county. Pasco County, which is to the north of Tampa, includes already popular cities like Wesley Chapel, Odessa, Land O'Lakes, and Newport Richey. These are mostly bedroom communities with a lot of mid-priced, newer construction homes. But as development starts growing into the center of the county, we are seeing a massive focus on medical and life science growth. Example number 1 of this growth, the new town of Angeline, which is near State Road 52 and the Suncoast Parkway. This is a 6,200-acre mixed-use development that will house up to 30,000 people upon completion. The anchor of Angeline is the 775-acre Moffitt Cancer's medical city, Spyros, Florida. It is projected to have around 140 buildings, a research center that has over 250,000 square feet, and a 100,000 square foot clinic building. Moffitt Cancer Center is a recognizable name for those of us that have lived in Tampa for a while, and this new research and treatment campus should put it on the map for more people around the country and world. Example number 2, Johns Hopkins recently purchased 114 acres to build their new children's hospital near I-75 and Overpass Road. This is near Epperson and Wesley Chapel. The hospital is estimated to be open in 2028 and is approved to be around 365,000 square feet. Example number 3, Orlando Health is building a new hospital within a 10-minute drive from the already built Advent and Baycare hospitals in Wesley Chapel. Orlando Health's new hospital is approved for around 300 beds. Example number 4 is the Double Branch development, which is focused on the industrial and warehouse aspect of the life science industry. Phase 1 is currently under construction and includes 2.5 million square feet of industrial and life sciences development. Now on to project number 2, heading south to downtown St. Pete. Let's focus next on the much taunted and teased Tropicana Field. Home to the Tampa Bay Rays baseball team, this spaceship-looking building and the surrounding area has been desperately seeking redevelopment since forever. Over the years, there have been exhaustive talks of the team moving over to the city of Tampa, even threats of splitting the season with Montreal, as if that ever made sense. But finally, in September of 2023, the team and the city announced that the Rays were here to stay and that the 86-acre site would be redeveloped, including a new baseball stadium. Downtown St. Pete has really exploded in the past 5 years, and the land is super valuable. Tropicana Field is smack dab in the middle of this growth, so it really makes sense to make better use of this acreage. The initial plans are for mixed-use development, including everything from affordable housing options to entertainment and office spaces, hotels, tech, and research centers. The city is also focusing on connectivity and wants to make sure that the roads and sidewalks are reconfigured so that people can walk and bike safely like they can in other parts of the city. There are a lot of details still to figure out and plans to be approved on this site, but it is an exciting project that will transform the already vibrant city of St. Pete. Project number 3 is the West Shore Plaza redevelopment. Over on the Tampa side, just south of the airport, is the West Shore Plaza. It is an indoor shopping mall that was built in the 1960s. Longtime residents have fond memories of the mall, but it has struggled since online buying took over, and it also has the unfortunate location of being just down the street from our biggest and most popular mall, the International Plaza. Plans to redevelop the 53 acres of prime South Tampa real estate have been tossed around for years, but recently we got news that the initial redevelopment plan has been approved by the Tampa City Council. These initial plans show the whole plaza being knocked down, except for the current Macy's and a parking structure. In its place will be 900,000 square feet of stores, restaurants, a hotel, medical services, business offices, and up to 1,700 housing units. I expect it will be similar to nearby Midtown, which has developed just east of the West Shore Plaza in the past couple of years. As someone who lives between both of these areas, I am personally very excited for this redevelopment. Project number 4 is Water Street Phase 2. The crown jewel of the city of Tampa's redevelopment in the past 5 years is Water Street in downtown Tampa. The change that Water Street has made for the city cannot be understated. Having the ability to build from scratch over 50 acres in the heart of a major city's downtown is such an incredible opportunity, and the Strategic Property Partners has done a great job so far. From the infrastructure changes to the stunning new high-rises, Water Street has elevated the city of Tampa for both residents and visitors. It was recently recognized to be North America's first neighborhood to achieve WELL certification for design and operations designation under the WELL Community Standard. And lucky for us, Phase 2 of Water Street was announced this past week. Phase 2 includes 3 major projects. The first is a condo high-rise that is projected to be the tallest tower in Water Street. Now, I do not have any specifics on condo buying opportunities at this point, but you will be the first to know when I do. The second project is a build-to-suit office tower, and the third is an entertainment space that will include a vibrant green space, a hotel, and a parking garage. I am most excited about this entertainment space. The rumors I'm hearing is that it will serve as a great mid-sized concert venue, and there's nothing I like more than concert venues. And last but certainly not least is project number 5 in Ybor City, and I'm going to squish 2 projects in here, Gasworks and Ybor Harbor. Just to the north of downtown Tampa is Ybor City. There is so much history and so much character in Ybor. It has been a challenge for developers to figure out a way to mix that history with new development. But the redevelopment is underway with the first phase of 50-acre Gasworks being constructed now. The developers are trying hard to achieve this delicate balance with this project. What we will see open over the next couple of years includes 1,250 housing units, 100,000 square feet of office space, and 105,000 square feet of retail. The renderings do look beautiful, and a lot of this construction is going on in an area that was very old and industrial. The proximity and access to downtown Tampa is what makes this so appealing. If the rents are reasonable, this should be a great addition to the urban core. Also just announced was the City of Tampa's initial approval of Ybor Harbor. This is a key waterfront area connecting Gasworks and Channelside in downtown Tampa. The water frontage is what makes this 33-acre redevelopment so exciting. This area is currently not accessible and is where you see large boats and ships being repaired. Now, I have been by this property countless times, and it is cool from an industrial perspective, but it's not exactly pretty. The new plans for Ybor Harbor include waterfront restaurants, housing units, shops, boat slips, and green space. Now, this one is far down the pipeline as far as starting construction, but it gives us something to look forward to in the next decade. These 5 projects are a small look into the major changes taking place in the Tampa area. It is a really big task to try to keep up with them, but I will try to keep you updated. If you want more real-time updates, I recommend following on Instagram 3 different pages: Tampa Tomorrow, St. Pete Rising, and the Tampa Bay Business Journal. Those 3 sources are where I got most of this information from, and I love reading their posts every day. If you liked this video, please hit those like and subscribe buttons. And if you are looking for something else to watch on this channel, take a look at an episode I recently did about the current state of Florida's housing inventory. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.